6:48, it's time now for the morning rush. A Gallup firefighter is facing multiple charges, accused of having child porn on his phone. 31-year-old Andres Garcia is accused of downloading child pornography during his shift at the Gallup Fire Department. He's now facing charges for possession of child sexual abuse material, including exploitation of children under the age of 13.
Albuquerque police say that a brazen thief strikes in broad daylight, leaving a business on Albuquerque's east side in the dark. Family Medicine PC on Eubank near Montgomery was left without power last week. This came after a thief struck in the middle of the day, taking off with thousands of dollars worth of copper wire. Albuquerque police arrested Brian Robinson, who they say is one of the city's top 10 shoplifting offenders and say is behind the theft.
Police say a deadly shooting in the North Valley may have been a justifiable homicide. Albuquerque police found the man near 2nd and Montaño. They say a woman claims to have shot him in self-defense, claiming it is her boyfriend. Erica.
And here's a look at our school day forecast. Temperatures at 37 this morning, off to a chilly start, but it will be a mild afternoon with sunshine in the upper 60s.
Bernalillo County's district attorney sat down with us to talk about the APD DWI scandal. Sam Bregman explained why more than 200 DWI cases had to be dropped. Federal investigators continue looking into whether certain officers accepted money to get DWI charges dropped. Bregman also says that his office is now tracking officer attendance in court.
The battle over a proposed local playground continues this morning. Former Lieutenant Governor Diane Dennis called Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham, asking her to cut capital outlay funding meant for building a new playground at Netherwood Park. A resolution in support of the project was introduced last night but failed to be heard.
The former state lawmaker accused of swindling millions out of APS has pleaded not guilty to her federal charges. Cheryl Williams Stapleton is facing 35 charges, including fraud, money laundering, and conspiracy. Prosecutors say that she allocated federal funds intended for APS programs. It was to a company operated by a close friend and then used the money for their own benefit. Stapleton is also awaiting trial that is on state charges over the alleged scheme. Erica.
Here's a look at our threat index. It is low today. We do have that patchy dense fog in southeast New Mexico and De Baca Chavez and Eddy County in the Pecos River Valley.
The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development is looking to help local families find a future home. The HUD House Party is highlighting home ownership for Native American families as well as New Mexico residents. Those who attend the event will have access to housing consoling agencies, vendors, lenders, and Native American home loan programs.
Well, happening today, the state's Department of Transportation, they're going to be giving an update on a road improvement project in Tijeras. Neighbors say that the rumble strips on a stretch of I-40 near Tijeras Canyon, they were placed on top of the painted line, causing noise and safety concerns for drivers. Well, now NMDOT has decided to fill the old rumble strip and make a new one. Erica.
All right, to check on traffic, the maps are looking clear, no accidents or major slowdowns. Here's a live look over the Big I, where we're starting to see that typical morning traffic build going east on I-40 toward the Big I.
Peru's Andean mountains, they may be home to the world's oldest person ever. A bod who goes by the nickname Machiko was said to be born in the small town of Chagya, that is back in the year 1900, making him 124 years old. The Guinness World Records currently lists the oldest living man at 111 years old.
Time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, once endangered, one New Mexico native plant is making a slow, if steady, comeback. The Aztec Helia is native to northern New Mexico. According to the state's Energy, Mineral, and Resource Department, the primary threat to the species is habitat destruction from oil and gas drilling in the San Juan Basin. The New Mexico Biopark Society says last year they collected Aztec Helia that was set to be destroyed due to road construction, and now the plants are blooming. They say this could be the first time the plant blossomed outside of the wild.
And number 4, the state's Department of Transportation is going to be giving an update on a road improvement project in Tijeras. Neighbors say that the rumble strips on a stretch of I-40 near Tijeras Canyon were placed on top of the painted line instead of the usual 16 inches outside of it, causing noise. And now some NMDOT officials have decided to fill the rumble strip on the painted line and then have a contractor make a new one outside of it. Department officials will present a timeline for the project at tonight's public meeting. It's going to be held at the Tijeras Village Hall at 6.
At number 3, it's going to be a warmer and sunny day. We'll be seeing that sun all day long. Temperatures from the upper 30s this morning into the upper 60s this afternoon.
At number 2, the battle over a proposed local playground continues this morning. Now, as News 13 first reported 2 weeks ago, neighbors of Netherwood Park, that is near Indian School and I-40, they've been battling to get a new playground built and installed. $200,000 in capital outlay funding had been secured for the playground by this year's legislature, but former Lieutenant Governor Diane Dennis, who lives near the park and opposes the playground, called Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham asking her to cut the project's funding, leaving neighbors outraged. Now, at last night's meeting, County Commissioner Stephen Michael Quesada introduced a resolution in support of the project. But then Commissioner Quesada walked out of the meeting. That was after an argument over the county manager's selection process. In his absence, the resolution failed to be heard.
And at number 1, a brazen thief strikes in broad daylight, leaving a business on Albuquerque's east side in the dark. This morning, we're seeing footage of that theft. Family Medicine PC on Eubank near Montgomery was left without power last week after a thief struck in the middle of the day, taking off with thousands of dollars worth of copper wire. The medical practice was left to rely on lanterns and work lights and forced to cut down from 15 exam rooms to 5 before power was finally restored yesterday. Albuquerque police say Brian Robinson, one of the city's top 10 shoplifting offenders, was behind that theft. He has since been arrested.